How we doing today, guys? SupremeKream Productions back for another video. As we take a look at the bracket, we see LSU and Texas A&M are the only teams to advance, and today we have Alabama versus UCLA. So Alabama, represented by the Falcons, are the number 3 seed. Let's take a look at their roster. We got AJ McCarron, Jake Coker, Blake Sims at quarterback, Mark Ingram, Derrick Henry, Eddie Lacy, and also TJ Yeldon at running back. For wide receiver, they have very strong wide receivers: Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Darius Stewart, Kevin Norwood. Tight end, they have OJ Howard and Michael Williams. At left tackle, they have Cam Robinson, left guard James Carpenter, center Ryan Kelly, right guard Chance Warmack, and right tackle Andre Smith. They're looking pretty strong so far on the offensive side. At left end, they have Jonathan Allen. At right end, they have Courtney Upshaw. And at defensive tackle, they have Marcel Darius and Quentin Dial, as well as Jaron Reed. Left outside linebacker, Mark Barron, Ryan Anderson, the rookie. Middle linebacker, CJ Mosley, Reuben Foster, and they even have the first year Reggie Ragland. Right outside linebacker, Dante Hightower, 91 overall. Cornerback, Dre Kirkpatrick, Kareem Jackson, Marlon Humphrey, the rookie, D. Milner, and Cyrus Jones. And at free safety, Clinton Dix, one of the funnest names to say in this game, Rashad Johnson. And at strong safety, Landon Collins, the 96 overall. At kicker, they have Patrick Murray, and at punter, they have Sways Waters. So on to the 14th seed, UCLA, represented by the Chargers. So one of the things that I also wanted to point out is UCLA is also represented with some Fresno players mixed in. UCLA just doesn't have enough players to make up an entire roster, so there are a couple Fresno players mixed into the bunch. It'll mostly be UCLA, although. So at quarterback, they have Brett Hundley. Fortunately, Derek Carr goes to Fresno. So halfback, they have Paul Perkins, and same with Ryan Matthews. Wide receiver, Matthew Slater, Devontae Adams, Devin Fuller, Jordan Payton. Tight end, they have Mercedes Lewis and Logan Paulson. At left tackle, they have Mike Harris. At left guard, they have Xavier Suafalio. At center, they have Cody Wichman. At right guard, they have Ryan Wendell. And at right tackle, they have Bryce Harris. On to the defensive side, at left end, they have Takaris McKinley. At right end, they have Dayton Jones. And at defensive tackle, they have Kenny Clark and Eddie Vanderdoes. Left outside linebacker, Anthony Barr. Middle linebacker, Eric Kendricks and Miles Jack, the first year. At right outside linebacker, they have Akeem Ayers. And onto the cornerback position, Alteron Werner, Fabian Moreau, Asa Jackson, and Sheldon Price. At free safety, they have Raheem Morris Sr. And at strong safety, they have Philip Thomas. Kicker as well, Kai Forbath. And at punter, Jeff Locke. So if we take a look at the overalls, Alabama with the 77 and UCLA with 73. My prediction for this game is probably Alabama, so let's get right into it. So with UCLA kicking off to Alabama, the kick is off and the game begins. So Alabama takes the reception and the classic kick return. That's about 3 straight games before the 25. So on the first play, AJ McCarron, being the quarterback for Alabama, hands the ball off, and that's going to be a gain of -1. So no gain, actually. On the second play, 2nd and 11, that's a pretty nice pickup for Mark Ingram. And on 3rd and 4, AJ McCarron drops back, looks for his receiver, and just a boneheaded play on that one. There's nothing to really say. So after the punt, UCLA and Brett Hundley are going to come out to the field and look to get something going on their first possession. So Brett Hundley takes the snap, play action, and fires one for a completion. Pretty big pickup, probably about 20 yards. So on 1st and 10, after that big pickup, Brett Hundley hands the ball off to his running back, and that's going to be a pickup of only 3 yards. On 2nd and 7, Brett Hundley looking for something to get going, and it looks like he's going to scramble, dumps one off, but he still picks up a decent amount of yards on that, about 5, 3rd and 2, and unfortunately no first down. So after a beautiful punt by UCLA and the second quarter begins, Alabama's pinned back all the way at their 2. A.J. McCarron starts, hands the ball off, play action, and he's getting dragged down, and that's going to be a safety. That's just a boneheaded mistake for this Alabama offense, and UCLA's on the board in a very awkward way. To start off the second quarter, a safety. So the defensive tackle Jake Vanderhoos got that after the punt and 2 just lackluster plays for UCLA on 3rd and 5. Brett Hundley takes the shotgun snap, sits back, and fires one, and just a awkward play on that one. So after a punt, Alabama's going to be starting off with the ball at their 20-yard line. Shotgun snap, fires one over the middle, and that's a decent 10 or 11-yard pickup, either to Mario Cooper or Julio Jones, probably Julio Jones. So on 2nd and 10, and that one should have been picked off. Right in the hands of Jason Verrett. So after they punt, UCLA will be starting off the ball. 2 lackluster plays again, and on 3rd and 5, Brett Hundley decides to run it, and that's going to be a sack. So another punt. They're just trading punts back and forth. Alabama quarterback A.J. McCarron fires one to the sideline, and he keeps his toes in. So after the no-huddle offense on 1st and 10, sits back, he's looking, got some time, fires one again, and that's going to be a huge pickup. They're almost in the field position that they can almost guarantee 3 at this point. But on 1st and 10 at UCLA's 32-yard line, play action, and he fires one over the middle. That's a diving catch and a touchdown. Beautiful play to the rookie Darius Stewart. Let's see that one again. So, with only 26 seconds left in the half, it looks like UCLA is just going to try to pound this one to the ground, let the clock run out. But with a decent pickup right there and a first down, they called the timeout. But unfortunately, they weren't able to really get anything going. So at halftime, the score is 7-2 Alabama. So UCLA starting off with the ball in the second half. Brett Hundley hands the ball off. And that's a hurdle. Beautiful hurdle. So there's some of those decent plays in every one of these games, and Perkins is really getting it going. Play action for Brett Hundley on first down, and it looks like he's going to scramble, and he's been doing this all game, just runs right into Courtney Upshaw for the sack. On 3rd and 12, this is going to be a big play for this UCLA offense. He's going to run it again. But this time he actually picks up the first down, and looks like a potential broken leg, but nothing. So after a couple more plays, it's 3rd and 13, and the fourth quarter is commenced. Play action again for Brett Hundley. He's been doing that a lot, and he scrambles out to the right side and throws one across his body and completely dropped right through the hands. Big hit, but you gotta hold on to that. So after a punt, UCLA starting off with the ball again. And diving catch. 1:40 to go. They're running the no huddle. It's a beautiful play before. 1st and 10. Brendan Huntley's scrambling, and he just runs right into him again. But that's going to be a 5 or 6 yard pickup. 2nd and 5, Brett Hundley sitting back, finds the open receiver, and he just falls back out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:10 left. Brett Hundley on 1st and 10, high snap, play action once again, fires one over the middle, and that one's just missed on the interception. So on 2nd and 10, clock's ticking, Brett Hundley decides to run this one, and he breaks a tackle and moves it inside the red zone. They're only at the 11-yard line. Hundley decides to run it again, and that's going to be 2nd and 5. So on 2nd and 5, they decide to run it, and this is where everything goes bad. On 3rd and 5, flag, false start. 3rd and 10 on the 11. And yeah, maybe that one ran up for you, buddy. So on 4th and 15, with 7 seconds left, Brett Hundley's going to have to take a shot to the end zone. Meaning somebody's got to get in this end zone if they're gonna this game's gonna fall in their hands. Brett Hundley scrambles and beautiful diving, by the way. So Alabama makes it official. He's the ball, and that is a 7-2 victory for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Very awkward score, but I mean these games have been very weird to say the least. So can't wait to get all these games going. Even on to the next round. It should be pretty fun to watch some of these better teams go up against each other. So if we look at the stats, A.J. McCarron definitely had the quarterback advantage. He didn't have as many passes as Brett Hundley. He actually had about half the passes, but still more yards. Running the ball, Brett Hundley did most of the workload on the ground. Mark Ingram never really was able to find anything going. Receiving the ball, Mercedes Lewis was the top threat. Also O.J. Howard. Both tight ends were doing pretty well. On defense, Dre Kirkpatrick and Marlon Humphrey had the most tackles, with 4 total sacks, 3 coming by Alabama. And Eddie Vanderdoes did have the safety in that one. No interceptions, nothing really else to look for, no fumbles, nothing really crazy going on, and no field goals either. So I hope you guys enjoyed and kick back with us next time as the number 4 Miami takes on Notre Dame in the Catholics versus Convicts matchup.